This is the world's first smartphone with a 4GB RAM, and this is called as the Asus Zenfone 2. This is Amit from PhoneRadar, and you're watching the tips and tricks video of this Android smartphone. In this video, I won't be showing you all the simple and regular tips and tricks, but would be emphasizing more on the most important and unique features, tips, and also would be covering few of the user question and answers which you guys have tweeted to us using the hashtag AskPhoneRadar. So let's start off with the first tip, which is about Zen Motion. So this phone comes with the support of Zen Motion features, which comes up under the settings, and here once you enable the same, you get the option of motion gesture, wherein you just have to shake the phone once, following which in any application you are, the screenshot of the same would be captured and a new task would be added to your smartphone. So let's say you are browsing the internet, and let's say you would like to make a note of this specific shopping. You just have to shake your phone, following which the screenshot would be captured, and under the Asus Do It Later application you would find that a new note has been added, and once you're done with this task you can just select as done and the same would be updated. So that is how you can make use of the motion options on this smartphone. Following which, there's also another option which is touch gesture, and that's by far my most favorite feature of this smartphone. So let's say the first option, which is the double tap to suspend or wake up your phone. So once you enable this, the next time you would like to wake up your phone, you just have to double tap onto the same and it would wake it up. Following which, you also have few of the important gesture options, and again, as I mentioned, this is the most favorite option of feature of mine. The point was going towards the camera application launching. So let's say you are on the lock screen or anywhere on your phone when the screen is off, you just have to tap C onto the screen and you would be taken directly to the camera application. So that's how it works. So let's go on to the next option, which is called screen pinning. So screen pinning is a feature wherein you can lock application. So let's say you go to the task manager or the recent applications area and you want someone to access only a specific application. So let's say you want them to access only this browser, you can just lock the same, and once you start, the screen would be pinned. So they can obviously access all the content of this specific application or the browser, whatever it's pinned, but they cannot come out of the same. And if you would like to come out, you'll have to long press on the back and the recent applications section. Now let's talk about power saving modes. Because the phone comes with 4GB of RAM, it's obvious that it would need a lot of battery, and it's important to save the same. So under battery, you can check out all the logs, and under power management, you have the different options. So here you have the power saver feature, wherein you can find the different options. Once you enable the same, you have three different options. The first one is the ultra power saving mode, which maximizes the battery by limiting your device performance and most background data. While that's not recommended, you can obviously go for the optimized mode, which would optimize the device performance and the battery life. But again, if you are someone who customizes everything, then you can opt for the customized mode and then customize what all settings you would like to set up here. Like you can set up the brightness at 60% and few other stuff. So that's about the power saving mode and how you could save the battery on your Asus Zenfone 2. So let's talk about a few customized settings. Asus offers you with a specific section which is called as Asus Customized Settings, where you can customize all the settings. So here the recent apps key, which you tap and hold, can be customized, and now let's say you select this, you can actually capture the screen in this way. Next up, you also have the option to customize the screenshot file format. You have the option of one hand mode, glow mode, app installation settings, and also let's say you're using the flip cover or the Asus cover, then you can enable this to get the dial clock on your home screen. Next up, there's a quick shortcut which is called as an instant camera. Now this is a feature which comes pre-installed onto the same, and for this you'll have to go to the settings, and then here under settings you need to go to the lock screen option, and here you find the option of instant camera, which says a double click volume key to launch the camera from suspension. Next up is the easy mode. Now that's a simple UI which provides you with a friendly yet intuitive interface experience with a simple layout and core functions. So you can see that most of the simple functions like the calling or message, camera, calendar, everything would be enabled and be shown onto the screen, so it would be easy for someone to access all of this stuff. Finally, there is an option called Interruptions. Now interruptions is a very interesting feature because it allows you to customizing your phone's notification sounds and the other sounds. So let's say you're in a meeting and you don't want someone to interrupt you, so you can disable or enable the options here. So let's say you still want to get the message alerts, then during meetings you can just enable this. You still want to get the calls, you can go ahead with that and disable everything else. You also have the option of downtime, that's priority interruptions only during this time zones. So this is all which you can customize and set it up. So these were a few of the most unique tips and tricks on the Asus Zenfone 2. Now let's move on to a few of the user questions. So first question was that if this phone supports micro SD card or not. So yes, we have inserted a micro SD card on this phone and it's very well supported here. Now next step, we had a question about the build quality. So when you talk about the build quality, this feels to be pretty good build, and the feel also on this phone is pretty good. Following which, there's a question if this phone supports Wi-Fi display. Yes, it does support Wi-Fi display, and you can find the options under the connectivity options. Next, there's a question if the higher RAM on this phone makes an impact on the phone's performance. I would say yes. We have been playing around with a lot of applications in the background, and if you clearly see, the phone has a bunch of different applications, and if you had watched our earlier video where we had played a few games, the device was not hanging in any of the cases, and that's how you can clearly judge if the phone is able to offer you great multitasking or not. Now this is a final question which says can the apps be transferred to external storage? So let's check that out. So under applications, we have an option which says movable applications. This is the downloaded application, these are preloaded, but now there's an option called movable, which means that let's say you select any of these apps, you directly can move these applications to SD card. So that's a pretty interesting option, and which comes out of the box, so you don't have to root your phone to get the apps to SD feature on the Asus Zenfone 2. So these were a few of the questions which were asked to us through Twitter, that's using the hashtag #PhoneRadar. Keep sending us your questions and we'll be responding to you through our Twitter handle, that's @PhoneRadarblog. This was the Asus Zenfone 2 tips and tricks video, and we hope we have answered all of your questions. Don't forget to add a thumbs up and stay subscribed to PhoneRadar for more videos like these. This is Amit signing off, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thank you.